Alright guys, so we're going to continue on here. We have our create album form here. And what I want to do before we work on that is get a navigation up here and also create our messages include so that if we have any error messages or anything, they'll be displayed. So in views, let's create a folder called ink. And we're going to create a file here called topbar.blade.php. Okay, because in Foundation it's called a top bar, not a nav bar. So I'm just going to type this out because it's not really that much. So we want a div with the class of top dash bar, and then we're going to put a row class here, and then we're going to do a div with the class of top bar left, and this is basically where the menu is going to go. So let's put in a UL here and also give that a class of menu, and then in here we'll have some LIs. So let's see, we'll do the logo first, or not the logo but the branding. So I'm going to give this a class of menu text, okay, and that's going to make it so that it doesn't treat it as a link. And then we'll just put the title of the app, which is photo show. Alright, and then let's do the rest of our LIs. Actually, we're only going to have two. This is going to be a link, and this is going to go to slash, which will be just the home page. Whoops. Alright, and then we'll just say home. And then the next one is going to be a link to the create page, the albums create page. So we'll say albums/create. Alright, and then right here we'll just say create album. And that should do it. Let's save it, and then we want to include it in our layout. So let's go to layouts and then app.blade.php, and let's see, we're going to put this right under the body tag. So we'll say include, and it's going to be in the ink folder, so ink.topbar. Alright, and then let's put a line break here. And then I want to put inside the row, right above the content, we're going to have an include for our messages file. So let's say include, and in here we'll say ink.messages. Alright, we have to create that. So back in the ink folder, let's say new file, and messages.blade.php. And what I'm going to do is just paste this in. It's the same stuff we've been using for this file. Basically, we're going to look for an errors variable here. We're going to go through all the errors and deal with each one. And then we're going to wrap a div around the error. And instead of using alert like we were in Bootstrap, we're using callout and then alert, which will make it red. Okay, for success, we're going to use callout and use the success class, which will make it green. And then down here we have errors that we can create, okay, again using alert. So let's go ahead and save that, and then we should be all set. Let's go back to our app here and reload, and we should see the top bar. Good. And now we can go from the home page to the create form. Good. So now what I want to do is go to our albums controller and take care of the store function. Actually, let's test it out and just return 1, 2, 3, and then we'll go ahead. Whoops. We'll go ahead and submit this form. Just choose anything. It doesn't matter. It's not going to do anything. And then we get 1, 2, 3. So we know that this is going to the store function. So first thing we'll do is we'll do some validation. So let's say this validate, and let's pass in that request. Okay, and then the second parameter will be an array of rules. So we'll say the name field is going to be required. Alright, and then the cover image. Okay, the cover image has to be an image. So that's actually a rule that we can choose. And then I'm going to set a max here of 1999. Now, the reason I did this is because when you're using Apache and PHP, there's a config option for the max upload size that you can do through a browser. And oftentimes, if you're using shared hosting, From my experience, it's usually around 2 megabytes, which is 2,000 kilobytes. So that's why I set it to this value. Now, if you're using a VPS or a dedicated server, you can go in and you can change it to whatever you want. You can also change it if you're using XAMPP like I am. And the way to do that would be to go to, we want to go to XAMPP and then PHP. Or if you're using just, if you're not using XAMPP, you still should have a PHP folder as long as it's installed. And then if we go to, let's see, php.ini, which is PHP ini. Okay, so we have PHP ini development and production. Let's just go ahead and open up the production. And let's see, I'll just open it with Notepad, I guess. And then we're going to look for max, I think it's max upload size. Let me see if I can just do this. Okay, so post max size, I believe that no, because I think it's set to 2 megabytes by default. Let's say max underscore upload or up. No, that's not found. All right, let's search for 2M. Here it is, upload max file size. So if you want your server, if you want people to be able to upload files bigger than this, then you have to change this. All right, you could change it up to something like 128 or something like that, which should be way more than enough. But yeah, if you want to change it, you can do that here. I'm just gonna leave it at 2 megs. That's fine for what we need. So let's say don't save. All right. All right. So let's get back to it. So we're checking. We're doing our validations here. Now getting the file information is a little tricky. Not really tricky, but there's just so many different ways to get certain things. To get the original file name, let's just do a return here, and we're going to return request file, and it has the name of cover image. All right, and then we want to point to get client original file name or original name. All right, let's see what that does. So we'll save that, and then I have a bunch of images that I'm going to use to upload. Let's see. So right here, photos. I got these images. I'm just going to grab this animal one photo just to kind of test this out. Whoops. Choose file, and we'll go to photos, animal one, and let's submit. No such file. No such file or directory. All right, you know what? Oh, I forgot the hyphen right there. We missed that. Let's reload, and now you can see we get the image name. Now this is fine if you want to take the actual name and just use that. If we go to albums, and you want to use that as your cover image name, that's okay. But if that person or someone else uploads an image with the same name, you might run into some issues. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of dissect this, and we're going to take the name without the extension, and then we're going to append onto it an underscore and then the current timestamp, and then put the extension back on. That way you know that it's going to be a unique file name. All right, so there's some things we need to do that. So first of all, we're getting the original name with this, so we're going to put that into a variable, and we're going to call that variable file name with ext, with extension. All right, so we have that stored, and then what we want to do is take the file name off of the extension, so we just get the file name. So let's go ahead and create another variable here, and we'll just call this file name, and we can do this by running it through a PHP function called pathinfo. All right, so it's going to take 2 parameters. The first is going to be the file name with the extension, and the second one is going to be a constant, and that's going to be path info underscore file name. All right, let's put some comments here. So get file name with extension, and then this is going to get just the file name. And if we want to test that out, we can just return file name. All right, and then we'll go back over here and reload, and we just get animal1. So that's the first step. Now what we want to do is we want to get the extension. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a variable here called extension, and we're going to set it to request file cover image, and then there's a function we can call called get client. What is it? Yeah, get client original extension. All right, and then just to test that out, we can return it. Okay, reload, and we get JPEG. Okay, notice there's no dot. We'll have to put that in there ourselves. So let's put a comment here. We'll just say get extension. Okay, so now that we have the file name and the extension, let's go ahead and create new file name. So we'll call this variable file name to store, and we're going to set it to first the file name, and then we're going to concatenate onto that an underscore, and then we want the time, so we'll have to concatenate again, and then we're going to put in the time function, which will give us a timestamp. Then we want a dot, okay, because it's going to be file name dot and then the extension, and then right here we can just put the extension. So let's make sure that that's correct. We'll say return file name to store, reload, and there we go, animal1 underscore the timestamp dot JPEG. So that's what we want to store it as. So let's go back and let's say upload image, and for this we're going to create a variable called path and then set it to request file cover image. Okay, and then we want to say store as, and we want here we want to put the path, which is going to be public / album covers. Okay, and then the next parameter is going to be the file name to store. All right, and that'll do it. So let's just for now return this. Now the location that this is going to go is in our root, the root of our application. There's a folder called storage, and inside there's a folder called app, and then inside that there's a public folder. So that's what this is going to do, is go into that public folder and look at album covers. If it's not there, it'll actually create it for us. Now we don't want this area, these folders, available to the client, to the user. So we need to create a symlink from here to the public folder, which is the public folder in the root. Now to do that, actually we need to go into the right folder first. htdocs / what is it, photo show, and we're going to say php artisan, and then we want to do storage : link. All right, I've actually already done it, so I already have the symlink, but that's what it'll do. It'll create a symlink from that public folder to the real public folder. All right, so go ahead and run that, and then we're just going to go back to our browser, and let's go back here, and we'll just say test. It doesn't matter. We have no database interaction yet. This is simply going to upload the file. All right, so we'll grab that, click submit. Undefined variable file name to store. Let's see, what's this? 36. Oh, that should be a lowercase n. All right, let's reload. Okay, so now what it does is it returns the path that it got uploaded to. And if we look over here in the storage folder, you now see this album covers, and we have the image. All right, now since we created a symlink, if we go up to the regular public folder, you'll see storage, album covers, and you'll see the image. And we can actually access it now if we go to photoshow.dev/storage/album covers, and there's the image. Okay, so now we can include this URL in our application. All right, so that's how photo uploads work in Laravel 5. So we're going to go ahead and stop here, and in the next video we'll make it so that this album will actually get saved to a database. All right, I'm actually going to delete from, let's see, from storage, and then down here public album covers. I'm going to delete that. Okay, and it should reflect up in the regular public folder as well because it's a symlink. All right, so that's it. I will see you in the next video.